Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geekenders. 4th of July edition, except it's not really.
Yeah, 5th of July, the day after. 5th of July
edition. I wasn't laughing about anything coming into this. I just fumbled over my words.
This is a serious show.
Normal.
We're serious people.
We're serious guys.
Yep, just two serious people taking this show very seriously.
Indeed.
We know you come here for all the news and facts and reports and hot opinions, and we have got them. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah,
This show, if we aren't making you angry with our hot takes, then we are making you happy with confirming your opinions.
Stay tuned for the most recent Am I the Assholes?
Yep. And also, stay tuned as we read just Reddit to you.
Just any Reddit.
Any Reddit. Any of the Reddits. You got Reddits? We'll read them.
Honestly, I'm so sick of Am I the Assholes that at this point, if I stumbled onto a podcast where they were like, we only read r/FixItFrank, like just a random Reddit, I would listen to it.
I want the r/Hydro Homies podcast with just dudes for like an hour and a half being like, yo, water? You should drink that, dude. Crisp,
you could start
clear,
that.
Delicious, cold water. You should.
I know you already have a lot of podcasts.
Oh, you should drink it. Yeah.
But you could do that. That could be you.
I'm here for it.
You could be the Hydro Homie. Yeah.
You know what? I feel like they need someone who more physically represents a Hydro Homie instead of like Mountain Dew Homie. I feel like it's like a nice milkshake homie is what I feel like I am. But I could work to Hydro Homie, but I feel like they could do better. They could get a better host. There's
a person who last time we talked about this, we talked about how there's like discourse, right? There's discourse in the water community about what counts as water, right? And there's a person who tags all of their videos as being like water content, but they're entirely mixed drinks with alcohol in them. And she just puts water in at the end. And I'm like, way to play the system, my dude. I love that.
I've also come to the conclusion, first off,
yeah,
I will always talk about this because every week I'm equally amazed. I'll go on the internet, I'll watch some video, and for the first 10 seconds, I'll be like, oh, this is interesting. And then it'll immediately hit me like, yo, who's filming this? Or where's this camera angle from?
You have talked about this, yeah.
How's this, right? So I now think that way with Am I the Asshole or any sort of like boyfriend, girlfriend, crazy discussion or marriage, anything on Reddit, I'm like, some dude just made this up. This is too outlandish. Like they keep trying to outdo themselves. And it's like, this is made up. They did this for clicks.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying, and most of the time it bears out to be true. Most of the time you click on their like previous posts and it's equally ridiculous things on other subreddits and you're like, okay, sure.
The one that's killing me recently is there will be a post that does pretty well And somebody who's like a Basement Columbo will get in there and be like, this is an amalgamation of 3 other posts that have done really well 3 years ago. They've just gender swapped everyone and spliced these 2 stories together. Here are the links. It kills me. It's like, this story's already happened. They just changed some of the details.
I'm fine with a little creative writing. Go nuts.
Sure.
What's crazy to me is that a lot of it is, I just want to hug them. I feel like there's a problem where it's like, I've been married for 15 years. And my wife, she left me for a guy named Sancho. My children hate me. And everywhere I go, I'm spit on. Like, so finally today, I snapped at the girl at the grocery store. Am I the asshole? And I'm like, time out. Whoa. This is the story you chose to make up? Like, what is happening here, man? And so, yeah. That's, I have a lot of questions every time I read them. I'm like, so it's fake. Okay, but also, why this? You could have gone to 2-sentence horror stories and nailed that shit. That would have been great.
Yeah, I love those Reddits where they're just upfront about the fact that they're short stories or they're like creative writing. And they're written like an Am I the Asshole or like a, whatever. They're written in that same format, but going into it, this isn't real. Someone wrote this for goofs, And it's still very enjoyable.
The funniest part is the people who honestly and earnestly reply like, dude, I think you should get out of that situation.
You should divorce that man immediately.
I think you should leave. Like, this seems terrible. Or like, dude, lawyer up, bro. You got to lawyer up. I'm like, none of this is real. Not one thing posted here is real. Let me tell you. It's just, I'm over it. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, guys, I think the internet's all fake.
My favorite response comments are the like copy paste, dump the boyfriend, marry the sister sort of stuff.
Yep. But I guess it makes good content if you're doing a podcast entirely designed on it.
Dude, the number of podcasts that do amazing just being like, and today I'm going to read some tweets, some dumb tweets, and then we're going to follow it up with an Am I the Asshole? And if the hosts are like introspective enough or if they're funny enough, they can riff off of that stuff really easily. And it's just it just gives them, a prompt, basically, Not
us. We could last about 6 minutes on that. We'd be like, that
guy sucks. Next.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. I guess we should move on. What do you want to talk about? Water?
Water?
I love water.
Are you a hydro homie?
Are you a hydro homie?
Oh my God, bro. Of course I'm a hydro
homies.
Are we homies together?
What?
My water has been combined with beans from a tree that have been steeped in the water.
You're big same.
Oh my God.
Although I feel like a hydro homie would not approve because it's not pure. I don't know what the hydro homies out there. What's the vibe on coffee and tea? Obviously sugary
Are
based.
they water?
Yeah. Obviously sugary? No. But coffee and tea, that's just like dirt water. Is that good or bad? I have questions.
And, in the coffee community, there's also a big discussion around the quality of the water that you use.
Crendor would approve of this, yes.
And how it affects the coffee. Yeah.
That's true.
So is there a specific quality of water? Temperature, especially with tea? Yeah.
It's a big question. Also, I feel like the hydro homies would not approve of the fact that I drank from a water bottle and not actually like
true.
Like a plastic bottle instead of like an actual container. And you know what? They're right. But it's what we have in the office, so it's what I'm drinking. So
you don't know what's leached into that water, bro. That's not real water anymore.
Plastics. 100% plastics. I'm definitely, when they're like,
ew, yucky.
Dude, you got microplastics in your junk now. Yeah, no, I'm like plastic dick over here. I got so much plastic going on. Trust me.
Speaking of plastic dick.
Yeah, go on.
Someone was asking, what do Americans do on the 4th of July? And I thought that it would be a very nice prompt for us as 2 Americans who grew up on opposite sides of the country. And potentially our 4th of July experience is a bit different.
please rewind for me if you would.
Okay, we'll do.
I want to know how we went A to B to C on this. Because you started with, speaking of plastic, Dick.
Yeah.
America. The 4th of July. Like, how did we get to where we got from plastic dick? I want to know in your mind, where was the path we traveled?
Because I think a lot of other places on Earth like to think that Americans are the only ones that are mostly made of plastic now.
First off, that is a very big lie. Y'all are getting polluted in other ways, in other terrible ways. Look, we may be plastic, but you're like, I don't know, chemicals and shit. Your oils and I don't know.
Go on.
You're everyone's corrupted in some terrible way. Don't worry. And if you think you're better than us, then you probably are. But you know what? Shut up about it. God. This is why we don't like you, is because you just brag about how cool you are all the time. Not Americans. We never do that.
This came up because you were, for listeners who don't know this, you were a couple of minutes late. Not for a reason that we need to talk about.
Nope.
We don't need to discuss it. But
we don't.
Someone was like, I bet he's hungover from the 4th of July celebrations.
Oh, no.
And I said, I doubt he does anything on 4th of July anymore, if he ever did. But then it came up, like, what do Americans do on 4th of July? And I think there are like generic answers, but I guess I'm just curious if there's any difference, really.
Man, over the course of many 4th of Julys, I can tell you roughly what Americans do. They take the day off of work. They wake up late. And then depending on your level of willingness to spend time with others, that will affect the rest of your day. So if you are a recluse who's just going to sit inside and you don't want to deal with humans, enjoy your free day. You get a free day until nighttime, in which case World War III breaks out. Like a full-on assault on the senses occurs. But
yes.
The rest of the day, you're fine. The rest of the day, you can do whatever you want. You can have a good time. If you are a social butterfly, you'll probably spend the day hanging out with friends at backyard cookout, or going to the pool, or if you're like a little bit of a lush, you might go have some drinks all day and just keep drinking till you're done drinking. And that usually will affect how your evening goes. Depending on how drunk you are, you may have one less hand. Who knows? It could happen. It has happened. And then you will, enjoy fireworks at night or something. I know, at least here in LA, I have done everything. One year I went down to the beach and watched fireworks on the pier over the ocean. One time I went downtown and saw fireworks in downtown LA. One time I went and just hung out with friends and we did literally nothing of value. It is that kind of day. It's just a free day where I'm sure in some places people are very like, hell yeah, America, I love it. It's the best. But
neither of us are like deep Southerners or anything like that. It's probably different.
I don't even know if it's like a deep Southern thing. I just feel like, because I don't want to put this on anyone. I know there are people who are like, yeah, America. But I want to say the vast, vast, vast majority of this country is like, free day off, long ass weekend. No one's going to do shit Friday. And I'm going to go drink and blow stuff up. That is it. I don't think they think beyond that. I don't think people are like, I can't believe all those years ago, those men had the audacity to sign a document that set us just on the path to greatness. Like, I just don't think that's the case. I think most people are like, it's the weekend, bro, let's go. And they just enjoy. And they're, if anything, I feel like at least in 2024, and it has been for some time, but for the most part, there's a lot of irony in the I dress up in my complete red, white, and blue outfit to go out and drink. Like,
yeah,
I think it's the same level of thought for St. Patrick's Day or any other holiday in the United States. It's less of an actual observation of the day and more of an excuse to not do a damn thing and dress up like a goofball. Like Halloween isn't scary. Halloween is like, I dressed up like I put tin foil over my body and I'm a robot.
Yeah. It's goofball candy day.
Yeah, same. Yeah. And now this is goofball hot dog day, and St. Patrick's Day is goofball green beer day, right? Like all the days are goofball days. That's just what it is.
I want to call it goofball hot dog day for the rest of my life.
It really is.
So I grew up in the backwoods in Oregon. I grew up in a town with a buckaroo, which is a type of rodeo. And so most of my 4th of Julys, if you live in a town that has a rodeo space, there is going to be some sort of an event that happens there on 4th of July.
Sure.
So most of my 4th of Julys were spent, or the days surrounding 4th of July, were spent working at the buckaroo. I would pick up empty plastic beer cups and work at the buckaroo as much as I could, help with parking, whatever. Pretty much every sports team would work the buckaroo at some point to raise a little bit of money for the team.
Sure.
And I was on dance team, so we would have to. I was surrounded by a lot of really obnoxious drunk people. But yeah, it's aside from that, it's mostly the same. I didn't hate fireworks quite so much until I had a child. And I really feel for like veterans, people with dogs. Thank goodness for CBD treats and shit to just like help knock people out, because if you set off fireworks in your neighborhood, it is so loud. It is insanely loud. There's a reason that people are like, please don't set off fireworks in a neighborhood. Please don't do it.
I live in the nexus of 3 fireworks celebrations, 1 to the south of me, 2 to the north. And so people don't leave my apartment complex anymore. They just go to the roof. You're not allowed on the roof. There is a passage that leads up there. People go up there. There are multiple times a year where like it will rain and stuff will leak into my apartment. I'm like, it's because those guys walked on the damn roof and probably ruined the damn roof. Anyway, last night, all I could hear is people walking on the roof above me. I'm like, cool. So cool.
Oh, no.
And this is because I was like, well, I got to be up early because I got to be on a podcast. So I'm like, I'm not going to do anything crazy tonight. So there are people out, like, I can open the windows and look at the fireworks. It was awesome. But there are people walking on the roof back and forth doing crazy stuff. When the fireworks went off, they went off at 3 separate locations. I'm telling you, it is about the closest thing the mainland of America has experienced like full-on sensory warfare assault. It was crazy. It was like it was blinding. There were so many fireworks, and it was just all around. I was like, yeah, all right. Like that's the thing.
Don't know
all right.
what I can do about that. Like it's not like you can yell at everybody, and even if you do, they're not going to care.
Yeah, I don't care that much. I'm just like, it's one of those things where you see the problems. You're like, yeah, no, this would definitely freak out a dog. Or like, the people on the roof, I'm like, yep, that's probably why the roof is leaking. Like, I'm just like,
I do.
Okay.
I do love the videos that people make though, where they're like, I'm going to give my dog his little treat, his little magic treat so that he doesn't care about the fireworks. It's just the dog like super excited. And then the dog like, just like blissed out like, bro, I'm gonna have the best sleep of my life.
Yeah, I'm constantly amazed by just how like people are aware that the louder and crazier fireworks get, the more it freaks out people and animals. But my goodness, the fact that they get bigger and crazier every year, by the way, beautiful for the set. Like they look incredible. These fireworks are so incredible looking, but also like there. So it isn't. Before, I remember as a kid, you'd be impressed when it was like, pew, 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 pew.
Little ones.
Now it's like, launch the Mega Rocket 7. And there's like 18 rockets in the rocket. And you're like, yeah baby.
Oh, God. Especially in California, where there's at least 4 fires a year. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Like, God, tone it down.
I'll never forget when I was younger. God, I must have been in high school, maybe. I went with a big group. There's, I'm gonna let you know. The reason why I go with big groups to anything is because there's always at least one girl in that group I'm trying to get with. Let's be clear. That is it. And the rest of the time, I'm like, yeah, no, I could stay home. I don't know, right? But in high school, I was like, yo, I gotta get. Oh man, she's hot. So I went with this big group, and we go to see these fireworks, and it was in one of the parks. I can't remember which one. It was like this. They used to do all the fireworks there, and something happened where they accidentally set. It wasn't even night yet. And they accidentally set off all the fireworks at once. It was wild. No one was in any danger. Nothing was wrong. But it became like billowing smoke.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And we were just like, what the hell happened? And what was funny is it was still light out. So we all just like went home. Because there was nothing. Like, you're just waiting for the fireworks. There's nothing else to see. And we were like, oh okay. And we just went home because we were again, it wasn't like the fireworks were pointed at us or whatever. They were just way far away, but they all went off and then just a smoke. And that was it. We were like, oh, okay, well, that was fun. That was it. It sucked. I was like, oh, cool. There is a strong line of Jesse Cox attempting to like hook up with a girl at some event with like like a whole group thing, and it failing in spectacular ways. Going camping, myself and this dude and these 2 girls went camping. Hill people came out of nowhere, ruined the whole thing. We were terrified. Jesse goes to fireworks all explode. We all go home. Jesse tries to hook up with this girl at the dance. Everything goes terribly. The universe is like, you know what, dude? Nah, let it go. Let it go, buddy. Hill people, literal hill people came out of the woods and were like, so y'all camping here? And I was like,
and now you have a plastic dick. So
now I have a plastic dick. That's right.
What are we going to do?
You know what? Those microplastics? Never mind.
You picked up the cup and everything.
I was going to do a whole bit. You know what?
You were ripping up, dude.
We got to keep it classy. We got to keep it. This is a classy show.
Of course it is.
Classy people.
Yes. Wink. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the big question a lot of people have is like, is it as Eagles, guns, rock music as the internet memes it to be? No. But here's
not in like a small, like there are parks and events and things you can go to where they'll go a bit more all out, but then it's like there's just a lot of people there all wearing flags at the same time, you know.
Yeah. It's a weird vibe because I feel America is, you know, that it's like a trope. Imagine like a bunch of friends and there's always the one asshole, but if you're like, the asshole's mean to everyone, right? But if you were to be mean to that asshole's friends, they'd be like, no one makes fun of them but me. Like that kind of vibe. That's America on holidays. Americans on holidays, any holiday. We are just like, it's barely a celebration. It's more an excuse to like do nothing and hang out with friends or drink or party or whatever. But if you were to call us out that like, you don't even care about America, you're just here to get drunk, we would be like, how dare you? This is the greatest country on earth.
Do you not see the flag?
Yeah, like how did, right? Any holiday. It doesn't matter. If it was Labor Day, be like, the American worker is one of the hardest workers in the world. You just can't call us out on it. But it's what it is. We are I think it sums up America perfectly. We're just cruising along, trying to make it by. But if you come for us, we're going to be like, how dare you say those things about us? What you said may be true, but you just can't say it. Yeah, that's it. That's who we are.
I mean, it's like a classic defensive reaction, right?
Yeah.
To be like, we all band together, we dig our heels in.
Yeah. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a thing. I mean, I assume it's no different than any of like, I don't know, what's a British holiday? Or Lord Kensington's Day, right? It's like, whatever. I'm sure you have days that are nonsense, but you go to the pub and celebrate. Or if you're, I don't know, Estonian, you probably have like the Last Dragon Day. Or if you're Australian, probably have like Bogan Celebration Day. Or if you're, I don't know, like, I don't even know how many.
You decided to keep cruising, dude. You got to choose one more.
I know.
If you're German, you might celebrate. Come on, dude.
I was about to call
beer sausages. Come on, there's so many options.
I had to stop myself because I was about to call pretzels bagels, and that's not correct, Dodger. I was about to say, you have Bagels and Beer Day. Bagels and beer has alliteration, but I realized it's not bagels, it's pretzels, and so I stopped myself before I made a fool of myself, and now I'm making a fool of myself all again. Bagels and Beer Day has alliteration. Pretzels and beer does not.
Bagels and beer sounds better.
Bagels and beer sounds better. Yes. It
does.
I was ready to go. Norway, you have stinky fish season.
I knew you were going to say a fish thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They get a whole season though, because time has no meaning that far in the north.
The further you get into the zone where it's like, how much daylight do we get?
It's a season. Yeah.
It's like, who knows?
Pretzels and Pilsner at sea.
Ooh,
it's good. That's good. That's why we outsource all of our comedy bits to chat.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know how last week we were on like a hardcore musical kick.
Oh no. Yes.
No, I'm not going to send us back into the depths. Don't worry. But I've completed. I don't think I've talked about this on Geekenders at all. But I've been taking singing lessons for like a year and a half now. You
definitely have talked about it.
Have I? I'm so sorry.
Yep. No. This was like probably a year ago if we think about it.
Have we been going for a year? I don't think we have.
I mean, we're 4 months out, but like it's fine.
Sure. 4 months, 1 year-ish, whatever. So I've done my level 8 exam, right? It's as high of an exam as I can do in jazz and rock music.
Jazz?
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, not jazz. The second you pushed back, I was like, yeah, wait. No, it's not jazz. Rock and pop music. That makes more sense, doesn't it? I wish.
It's not as cool, though.
It's
For a brief moment,
cool.
I thought you were cool. And now I feel like you're just
I should have just committed. And anybody who had Google, it would have been like, wait a minute. But guess what? They're not on this podcast. They don't have the microphone. Anyways.
Damn. Power went straight to your head. You're like, I have the power. I can lie whenever I want.
I can say whatever I want. Yeah. Anyways, so I did my level 8 exam. And so my singing teacher today was like, do you want to do a musical theater exam? And now I'm it's like it all came to, I'm like, maybe. So now I'm thinking about a bunch of different, now I'm trying to figure out what would be good musical theater songs to do.
Let me ask you a question.
Because you have to perform it. Sorry, yes, what's your question?
No, understood. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Usually, when you take an exam for something, there is a result.
Yeah.
What is the result of having taken this most recent exam?
I don't have my results yet. it's taking them longer than expected to get my
In
results
theory,
back.
what would happen if you passed?
Nothing. I do the exams for fun. I'm not trying to get into music school, you know?
Okay. So if you were doing this for so you're like in the old man in college who's taking the poli-sci class just cause.
So yeah, so I started my singing lessons, right? And my singing teacher was like, I feel like you might enjoy doing an exam because it forces you to take a song and basically study the shit out of it. You have to do the song exactly as it says on the sheet music. You have to basically do it like perfectly, quote unquote, right? And she was saying, I feel like the sort of things that you want to work on as a singer, you would naturally do that by doing an exam. So we did a level 6 exam when I first started, and it turned out that I really like that process of taking a song and just like picking it apart, essentially. So I decided to just keep doing them. So I've done my level 6, my level 7. I passed level 6 with distinction, which means it's over an 88, I think, out of 100.
What's 100 of 100?
A perfect score, I guess.
Do they give you like a special plaque?
Maybe. No, my level 6, I got a 94, I think.
Very good.
Thank you. My level 7, I got an 82, I think. But fuck those. One of the songs was a Bjork song. I'm never looking back. I don't care. I'm not a completionist about this. I don't need distinction in level 7. It's fine. I'm moving on with my life. So now I've done level 8. I'm hoping to pass with distinction. It doesn't mean anything, though. It doesn't mean
what are your level 8 songs? Hold on. What were they?
My level 8 songs were Lay Me Down by Sam Smith and Fallen by Alicia Keys and Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Ava Cassidy.
Okay, first off, all those suck. Second off, you got to test your range. You got to test your range. You need to go in there.
Yeah.
And do songs that are out of your higher than you need to do like karaoke. You need to show up. Boom. You open with I Believe in a Thing Called Love. Just like you need to get in there, right?
Right. Yeah. I guess that would be a good technical focus song. Sure.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
go on. Next.
Right. You get in there. You hit that. Then you get in there. Mm-hmm. You drop Power Man 5000. This is what it's like when worlds collide. Like, boom, done. Now you're back in. Then
I don't know if that counts as rock and pop. Do you think it does?
First off, anything counts as rock and pop. There are no rules. Then the third song you hit him with, this is it. Then you go in, you slow it down.
Right.
You get real nasty.
Yeah.
Hit him with that Dragula. Boom, done. You're good. You're in there.
Damn.
You got the whole thing set up.
Yeah.
You start high and then you go down and you bring the nasty funk. But you keep it classy
in
like the early 2000s, 90s era so that that's where they're stuck too, right? You keep it there so you can tell them you can go high and then you can go low.
So I have a question for you. So when you record these, you have to do the songs literally one after the other.
Yeah.
You cannot edit it. What order would you put those songs in?
The order I just gave you.
Oh, okay.
I already thought this through.
You don't think I Believe in a Thing Called Love would annihilate you before the last 2 songs?
That's how you prove to them how good you are.
I see.
I don't think you thought this through. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Scratch Power Man 5000. I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Right.
Linkin Park in the end.
Then oh my God.
Dragula. That's
a Linkin Park song would truly.
That's it. That's how you get them.
Yeah.
That's how you get
100 out of 100.
Yeah. And then you think in the end's the last one, but it doesn't even matter because then you're like, that would be the fire. You would be like, oh, people would lose their mind. Yeah. And then at the end, when you're like, thank you. Those are my 3. And then all of a sudden, I come out.
Okay.
And we play Evanescence. Right? I'm like, wake me up!
Wake me up inside!
I can't wake up!
Wake me up and save me! Yeah.
Right? And
they would be like,
they would start dancing. They would bring out lighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, come on now.
I already did that exam though. I appreciate you planning all this out for me, but it's done. I already did that exam.
Is it not level 9?
No, it goes up to 8.
You should.
And then you have to go to university, which I'm not doing.
You should tell them that you have prepared a level 9 exam. For what I've done for you is prepare a level 9.
What I love about that is they have a website where there's like drop down menus and everything. And I love the idea of just messaging them and being like, hello. The system as it stands is not prepared for the level of musical talent that I'm about to present to you today. Behold, video.
I see on your quaint website that there is no level 9. I have prepared for you one such level, and I would like to present it thusly.
The musical theater exams are done through a different system. So you can do them up to level 8, and then if you want to do beyond level 8 and get like a bunch of letters and shit after your name officially, you can do a 40-minute presentation in front of the judges where you just do a shit ton of songs. You just perform for 40 straight minutes, a bunch of songs and like costume changes and shit, which I think is amazing.
I feel like we need to really hone this level 9 test. Because I think we can do this. I think we can really nail this.
Yeah.
Like you got to show a wide breadth of talent.
Right.
Right? So perhaps you start with Adele, Rolling in the Deep.
Ooh, okay.
Right? So they know you got singing chops, right?
Right.
But then that slowly mixes into
Yeah.
All right, I got this. It slowly mixes into Oh man, I'm trying to think of the right song. Slowly mixes into
Yeah.
What would like rolling in the deep. Right, and it's like it keeps going. And then that song.
Wait, why not? Wait. Why not? Rolling in the deep. Rolling. Keep rolling.
This is why we're on the same page, right? So now you're Limp Bizkit. Suddenly you're Limp Bizkit.
Yep. That's showing range too. Genre swapping. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Right? And then like you have to end with a bang. You have to end with like oh man. Like I want to say the smart money is to be like Papa was a rolling stone, but like I feel like we gotta what's
We're
the
developing
last
a theme here?
Yes. Limp
rolling through the barriers of the singing exams.
What is the last lyric of Rollin'? Oh shit!
Give it to me. Money.
The last lyric? Oh
Yes.
my god, you would win. This would be level 9. The last lyric is the last lyrics are bump that shit, Rough Riders punk. Boom. You go into Rough Riders Anthem by DMX. Oh my god. Can you imagine if you got on that stage and you were just like, stop, drop, shut him up. Like, can you imagine?
That would be wild.
That would be incredible. That would be the best thing ever.
My throat would be dead, but my heart would be full.
That's a Rough Riders roll. I want that for you.
Yeah.
That would be incredible. Adele into Limp Bizkit into DMX. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't even have to be good.
They would be like,
the creativity alone, the audacity alone.
If it was just one continuous song, like if you just had me with Shades as a DJ.
We should do a charity thing sometime and pick like an outlandish number and be like, if we hit this number, we'll make the level 9 exam.
That's it. Yeah. I must stress, even though I had a sore throat, I was on Amanda Aiken's stream, and even though my throat was killing me, I still belted out Phantom of the Opera with her. And I just want to stress, I nailed that shit. It was great.
I bet you did.
I was a good Phantom. I was a solid Phantom. Also,
sing for me.
Yeah, most of the songs
really
like,
going
sing
for it?
my angel. Yeah, that's most of it. That's most of it. But like, it was good. Killed it. Yeah, I can do that. I could do it. But I'd rather do Rough Riders by TMS.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
We figured it out. We really, you gave me a theme and I went with it. And honestly, can you imagine if it's just rolling, and then it's just like, stop. I'd be like, if I was at a concert and that happened, I would lose my mind.
Yeah. And honestly, yelling stop, you can take as dramatic of a pause as you need to like catch your breath to get into the last song.
The best part is if people who knew when you end the lyrics of rolling with like just a big goof on you're like, bump that shit, Rough Riders punk, and then you go stop. People would hang on every word you were saying. People would be like, ooh, bro. And then when you just went in, oh my God.
Yeah.
I would lose it. If I was in the crowd, I'd start shaking people next to me. I'd be like, she's doing it. Oh my God, she's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of doing it, can I tell you, I saw the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life yesterday.
Go on. Yeah. What was it?
Now, for most people, the 4th of July is whatever. Mm-hmm. It's an event. Mm-hmm. But the real event was on Games Done Quick. Right now, they're doing the summer version. They're streaming it. Like always, speedrunning games. But every once in a while, something so beautiful comes along that you just have to appreciate its beauty. Okay. Yesterday, they brought back Good Boy Peanut Butter, a lovely dog who plays games.
Okay.
And they made a special controller for PB to play Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball game. And it was the most compelling 35 minutes or whatever of sport I've ever watched in my entire life.
Amazing.
I was freaking out about this dog. If you can find the footage, let me express to you. Mm-hmm. They were trying, so basically PB had to press buttons. There was a bunt button and a hit button and a button for pitching, like basically like a controller setup. And they were using treats and snacks like cheese or peanut butter to get PB to do these things. Okay. And it was incredible because sometimes this dog could not hit the ball at all. And sometimes PB was nailing it. And it was so incredible because also the computer's AI. So it's trying its hardest to win.
Right.
And at first, PB's down 1-0. But then PB comes back 2-1. I'm like, oh my God, the crowd's going nuts. The comments are losing their mind. And I tweeted, yo, y'all need to watch this. This dog is beating a computer. And then the minute I tweeted that, the computer comes back and ties up the game. And I was like, oh no, I've jinxed it. Oh no, I've jinxed it. And then it goes into extra innings. And it was the most thrilling thing I've ever. Literally, it was down to the wire. And then PB hit a home run. And it was the most glorious thing. Everyone in chat was like, oh! It was amazing. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. A dog hit a home run, saved the day. Everyone in the crowd there, at home, chat was going nuts. It was the greatest good dog moment in the history. It was like Air Bud. That sounds
so cute.
It was incredible.
It was Air Bud? Is that what
It was like Air Bud.
Damn.
Got a home run. Dog wins in extra innings. I think it was Ken Griffey Jr. who was up to bat too, which was even better. Like it was just a perfect storm of pure greatness. And I'm so glad that I found that. It made my day so much better. I was walking, I was like, if a dog can hit a home run, anything's possible.
For real. I want to watch that.
You should.
There's got to be a highlight of just that.
I think someone put it in chat. It might be the literal home run at the end.
Oh my God.
The walk off to the Twins. Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. blasts his second home run. That's right. What a beautiful moment. It was so good. Everyone in chat was losing their mind.
I've never heard of peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
The gay dog. I never really watched GDQ, to be honest.
Oh, it is.
I like having it on in the background, but I don't like sit and watch it. Does that make sense?
Sure. I somehow do. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about it. Like last night, I watched a guy. I watched a lot of it because I was trying to go to bed like an adult, but instead was laying in bed watching it like a child.
Right.
And so, I really, because my plan was I'm going to go to bed early and I'm going to wake up early and I'm going to have a great day because I got a lot of stuff to do today. Instead, I just laid in bed watching this stuff. I watched a dude reverse run. I think it was Symphony of the Night. Like he straight up broke the game so that he could do Dracula last. I'm sorry. He would kill Dracula first, then go back through the entire game and kill every other boss in reverse order.
Interesting.
One of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Why is that faster?
It is. It was like a challenge where he had to break the game to get to the end.
I see.
And he was in the upside down. And then he reverse won the whole thing. It was fascinating. I was like, what? I watched a guy play System Shock and break that. Like it was wild. It was like I like watching it. I don't know why, but I realized it's kind of like you were saying, background noise.
Yeah.
But I'll put it on the background and then something weird will happen. And I'll be like, all right, I'm watching this now. This is it. I'm watching this.
You're on your phone and then you're like,
yes.
Slowly watching it, yeah.
To me, it is akin to the Olympics. For the Olympics, for me, is pure background noise. Yeah. When it's on, I don't give a damn. But then suddenly, out of the blue, it'll be like, this is the first time that John Johnson has ever done this, and he got the world record. And I'm like, all right, I'm watching this. Okay.
I got to be there when John Johnson crushes this.
Yeah. And so same thing. Same thing. They'll be like, all right, so a dog is going to play baseball. And I'm like, all right, I'm watching.
And I'm in. No distractions.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I love that stuff. It's always a good watch. When I can understand why sometimes it may not be interesting because maybe it's a game you don't care about or it's a very technical, like if you pick up this plate and then walk towards the wall, and once you hit the wall, and I beat the game, like that kind of thing, where it's like, okay, that's just like
that's not as fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's something crazy where it's like, okay, I need to basically cheat the game to get to the end and somehow survive, then like I watched a guy do all 32 Mario DS levels, Mario Kart DS levels at like hyper speed, beat 32 levels under 30 minutes. And it was like watching a master just it was insane. I was like, this is the coolest thing. There's a lot of stuff like that I'm like, wow, what the hell? These guys are incredible.
Dude.
So
yeah, the people that do speed runs and like break games and stuff. It's, I think, one of my favorite types of streams to watch, I think, is people attempting a speed run that they haven't really done before.
Sure.
Watching them like slowly improve and get faster and faster and like cut corners in just the right way is really interesting, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a talent and skill that you have to practice at, which is why I'll never do it. Just like at the end of every single one of them, they're like, "I remember this is a great game to get into. This community is amazing. If you want to learn, go over to like speedrun.com or whatever, and you can do this." And I'm like, brother, you did it for me. I don't need to do it. It's already been done. You did it. You nailed it. I'm good.
I can see where the like intense satisfaction would come out of learning how to do it, you know? I feel like it's on the same tree as like beating a really good boss in a game.
Sure.
Like just feeling yourself improve each time and like get better and better and read it better, you know. I feel like it's the Venn diagram's there somewhere, you know.
I'm always impressed by the variety of people that are doing it. It's all over the place. Like when you watch the people who are speedrunning, it isn't like anything you can imagine in sort of like a generalization of people. It is everyone from different walks of life decided like this is the game I want to speed run, and they're just doing it. It's fascinating to me. It is, and you would think, okay, maybe they're young, or no, they're just all over the place, and I love that. I love that it's kind of like an everyman event, and it's fascinating to watch them just be the best at something, or having broken it in a way that you just could not fathom a thing breaking. It's incredible. Like I was watching the dude do System Shock last night, and he literally got outside the map and then was walking on the roof of the level and then pushed a button to turn. He's like, well, I can't get back in the game now. So what I need to do is I need to die, but I need to get ahead of where I was. So I need to go over here, get down on the ground of the top of the map, turn a like refresh chamber over so I can be respawned there, and then I need to kill myself, respawn there, and now I'm back in the game. And I was like, what's the process that took you to figure this shit out?
To
like
figure
how
that
many
out,
hours? Yeah. It's fascinating stuff.
I the only time that I've ever gotten into something that's like adjacent to that, I found some really old notes from when I was really into Ocarina of Time. And there was a weird glitch that would happen when you were at Lon Lon Ranch doing the like horse riding like segment. You could do it in just the right way where all of the colors got fucked up and you just flew on Epona. And I was with my cousin Thierry, and she and I and her sister, the three of us were like, we need to get it down to a science. Like, what exactly do we have to do to make the game break this way every single time? And I have so many notes about like everything we tried, what worked, what didn't work. And I'm like, this is literally the only time I've ever done that. The only time I've ever, for some reason, like hyper focused on like, I'm going to figure out how to break the game in this exact way, like consistently, you know?
Right. I will break games frequently, not meaning to do it. The only time I've ever purposefully broken games is Final Fantasy VI with the X Zone glitch, which was like, if you, I think it was like you made them invisible. No, it was Vanish and Doom. Like you would vanish them, and then I think it was Doom or X Zone, and they would instantly die, and you get all the experience. You go to the hardest place in the game, cast this on them, 1, 2, they die, and you just level up. And it definitely was not meant to be the way it was supposed to be. And I was like, love
I am
that.
so powerful.
Yeah, it really fun. Also, you were doing it to dinosaurs, which made it even better. You'd like show up in a forest and fight like brontosauruses and T-Rexes and be like, vanish,
bye.
You're dead. Yeah, it was great. So busted. Yeah, that's definitely an exploit. So I used the hell out of that. That's pretty much all I'm not a big, I'm not smart enough to find all the exploits.
When I was really little and started playing Sims for the first time, one of my friends also started playing it and learned about the motherload code that you can put in. And as a kid, I don't think I like really understood what it was to develop a game, because I was like, this cheat that's in the game, right? As though somebody didn't fully program the game to do exactly that when you put that word in, you know? I felt like such a dirty cheater every time I typed in motherload. But like, as I got older, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't a cheat at all. This is built into the game. And I think about that sometimes. Just like
thrived off of it.
Our perception of like what is and isn't a break and what's like a built-in, you know, workaround or like whatever.
I think that changed me as like a video game player. There's no cow level. Remember the genie, the game genie?
Yes.
All those things.
Game genie. Holy shit. Yeah.
I was like, wait, you mean there's a thing that will just make me invincible in video games? And I don't even have to try? Count me in. I think that broke me as a gamer. The only games I really enjoy now are games where I'm like, I kill 1,000 men with one swing. Like that's where I'm at.
Dynasty Warriors player.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to challenge. I never wanted a challenge. I want you to give me the victory.
Right. I want to feel like a god, and I want everyone else to die.
Exactly.
The Jesse Cox experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got a cough.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You got a frog in your throat?
I did. It's early. You're the first person I've talked to today.
How come there are like 2 different phrases, maybe more, that have to do with swallowing frogs? Is there another language in which like the frog? I'm trying to think why that would have happened.
What do you mean?
Because we talk about like a frog in your throat when you're like clearing your throat, right? I assume because you sometimes make like a like ribbit noise. But then there's
also because I assume it's much politer than being like, yo, I got some goop in my throat and it's gross, yo.
Sure. But there's also the term swallow the frog when it comes to like working on stuff.
Is that where's that it's not an American term.
What do you mean?
Swallow the frog?
Swallow the frog. Yeah.
Not an American. No.
Chat, back me up. Swallow the frog. Yeah, it's like I have a list of a set of tasks that I need to do. I should swallow the frog. If I look at my tasks as though they're a meal, there's one thing that is disgusting to me that I do not want to do. I got to swallow the frog, get it out of the way so I can enjoy the rest of my meal is the idea.
No,
yeah.
That's not a thing. That might be a homeschooled thing. Dodger was taught that. Like, that's.
Some people are saying eat the frog is the thing.
We have it in Germany. That's what I'm saying. I don't think this is an American thing. I think this is a thing. Bite the bullet is the American thing. Because that sounds American. You got to bite the bullet, dude.
Bite
That's
the bullet
American.
is definitely a thing, yeah.
Swallow the frog.
But
Swallow
it is
the frog
a thing.
is Mark Twain.
People are backing me up. I didn't come up with it. So it stands. We've got 2 separate things in the world.
I mean, if it's Mark Twain, then I have to say it is Americana. Like, I have to give into that. Like, I can't. Mark Twain is pure Americana. Here's the problem. I don't know that that's a saying people use often.
Have you seen the video of that chick that works at a gas station? And she was like, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but if you're planning on kissing a guy, he's probably eaten a moth for money.
What?
Have you ever eaten a bug for money?
No. The shit? Have you?
No, I don't think so. To be honest, my memory's hazy about this. I could see myself eating a moth for money, but I don't think I have. Or a bug for money.
I also want to like talk to that girl and be like, yo, that guy's mouth has been other places. You don't need to worry about the moth. That thing has seen other locales. The moth is the least of your problems.
Anyway,
I mean,
I
if
was
he's
just curious.
a good guy.
I was just curious I was just curious.
No, I'm not eating a bug. I don't think I would. Actually,
you don't think you would? You wouldn't eat a bug for money?
Depends on the money, first off.
Sure.
And the bug. Bug. 2 factors there.
I think the bug matters, but I'm not as weirded out by the idea of eating bugs in general as I think most people are.
No, I mean, I'd eat if it, like, sometimes I'll eat stuff if it just tastes good. Like, I mean, let's be real. I've eaten things that probably there wasn't an ounce of actual real food in them. But I think that, yeah, I mean, I would say I've definitely eaten a bug in my life. Because I imagine
we all have, because we sleep.
Yeah.
And they crawl in your mouth while you sleep.
That's true. That's true.
Sorry, chat.
But also they're in jelly. They're in a lot of the food we eat anyway.
Sure.
So and I also feel like I've eaten an ant. Like at school, they did like an ant thing where it's like I feel like I've done that before, you know, but it wasn't for money, and like it was like try something new, do something weird. And I was like, okay,
have a cricket that's been in taco seasoning. Yeah.
But I don't think. I don't know. I don't think.
You know, if you had a bunch of lizards that ate crickets and you got down with eating crickets, you'd save a lot of money. You could buy that shit in bulk, you know?
I want to let you know, if you're the type of person that wants to save money, that's like people who eat cat food because it's cheaper and it also feeds their cats.
Do people do that?
Yes. And that's the same level as I eat crickets because my lizard likes crickets and I save money. I'm just saying, if that's the type of person you are, you got more problems than just the cat food.
I think they are, yeah. They're next to each other, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the exact same vibe. You just gotta...
I don't know why the idea of eating cricket, like if I took some crickets and I put them in the freezer so that they died, and then I roasted them up, so they were just like little crunchy dudes, and I ate one and I was like, that's delicious. That sounds less weird than eating cat food to me.
I just realized I need to know if this is a thing that your dad did, because I feel like
pretend to eat spiders. Sorry, keep going.
Whoa, what? That's not where I was going at all.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Finish your thought.
Did your dad pretend to eat spiders?
Yeah, he would grab spider. If I was like, there's a spider, he'd grab the spider off the wall and go, delicious. And then he'd take the spider outside later. But he convinced me that he ate them all the time.
Okay, well, that's not where I was going at all.
Anyways, what were you going to say?
That is somehow incredibly cute and yet very disturbing. That is like very sweet, but also like, whoa, what? No, my dad.
Yeah.
For much of my life, we had at least one dog.
Okay.
And I don't know if he still does this, but I imagine he definitely still does. When I was a kid, we'd buy dog treats, like dog biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
And there'd be times where my dad would go in there, grab a dog biscuit, and eat it himself. And I'd be like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, they're not bad. They're pretty good. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, they're pretty good. I must know, is this a just my dad thing, or do other people's dads like go, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to eat this dog biscuit.
My dad did not eat dog biscuits. I did, though.
What?
Yeah. I don't know how old I was. Not super old. Probably around Clark's age. But yeah, we had a big box, and they were like classic, like bone-shaped dog biscuits. And I took a bite out of one time, and I was like, that's pretty good. And I started sneaking them because I thought they tasted good.
It's not like a bad flavor. It's like a more bland graham cracker is kind of the vibe.
Did you?
I've definitely tried it.
I was going to say, did you
I've definitely tried it.
Before or after your dad was like, they're great?
After my dad, because I couldn't figure out I was like, hold up, what is he doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I tried it. And I was like, this is not terrible, but it's dry as hell. I was like,
Very
how
dry.
do dogs eat this? Yeah.
Yeah. They have to chug water after.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's the thing. And I don't know if he still does it. I imagine that he finds a way to eat anything that looks like it's edible.
Yeah. Do your parents they don't have a dog?
They
now,
do.
Right? They do.
Oh, they do.
Oh, then he's definitely eating them treats.
A little tiny yappy baby dog. Here's the thing. My mom makes her own dog treats now.
Cute. That's very cute.
Or she did. I don't know if she still does, but she did. She puts them in a little container and she's like, here you go. Yeah.
My mom hand makes a lot of stuff now. I feel like sometimes when people retire, they're like, what do I do with my hands? You know?
I guess I'll make something.
They've just got the extra time and they want to put it into like, I'm gonna put some love and care into this thing that someone else I love and care for can use, you know?
Yeah.
Whether that's a dog or a human.
It's so funny because they love that dog. They're like, she's so smart. Oh, Maxine, she's so smart. One of the smartest dogs. And every time I see that dog, it's just like, yup, 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 and then like walks into a wall. I'm like, cool. Smartest dog.
Dog owner bias. It's so real.
She talks to us, Jesse.
I'm trying so hard because I was very aware of this when I had a human baby, right? That anytime my kid did something and I was like, wow, that it was probably primarily bias, right? Like, oh my gosh, she's so creative. Oh my gosh, she's such a little genius, you know? And I feel myself doing that with our dog now sometimes. I'm like, she's so smart. Look, she learned how to lay down. Oh my God, she's such a smart dog. But I know it's bias. It's dog owner bias. And that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't get you, but like, I get it.
Someone said, your dog eats poop. Yeah, that's true. A lot of dogs do. You're welcome. Don't kiss dogs. Stop kissing dogs. If you kiss dogs, you're probably getting poop on yourself.
You know what? I hate to break it to you. You definitely have poop on yourself.
Already. That's true.
Already.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let that sink in, you dirty animals. You stinky, dirty animals.
Buy some witch hazel.
You smelly, gross, sweaty monsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You're so gross. You listening right now? You're so gross. Yeah. I just showered. Joke's on you. Nah, you already
still poopy again.
Gross. Yeah, you're already pooping.
Yeah. It's like, you know, if you live somewhere that's humid, you take a shower and the second you walk out of the shower, you're sweaty. It's the human condition to always have a little bit of poop on you.
Yeah, you're already gross.
Yeah.
This is who you are.
We're always gross. We're humans.
Thank your white blood cells. I know you don't.
They don't thank their white blood cells.
You don't. Those guys are working overtime.
Hard.
They're working overtime to keep you healthy, and you have never thanked them. You have never once said, thank you, white blood cells. Not once. I have.
Just now.
Actually, it's a lie. When I got COVID,
yep,
I was like, damn, these little guys are working overtime to keep me healthy. Thanks, blood cells. Mm-hmm. You're doing great. Mm-hmm. Thanks, white blood cells. Yeah.
Good job.
You never have. I guarantee you never have.
There's an anime that's apparently great and very cute, and I've never watched it, and they're making a live action version of it called Cells at Work, and it's literally about a bunch of anthropomorphized red and white blood cells.
I love that.
So
I love that.
There's that.
But I believe that movie already existed.
What's it called? Are you about to say Osmosis Jones?
I am. I'm about to say Osmosis Jones. That's right. I believe that already existed.
Bro, I used to love that movie. Should we watch Osmosis Jones?
That is a wild film. I keep forgetting that movie also just has a live action element where a man explodes.
Yes, I know exactly what scene you're talking about, and
so gross. It's so gross.
The nastiest thing. Why did they do that? The movie was great, except for that scene, dude.
Yeah. I can't believe that most of what I'm seeing in chat is what movie. I only saw the series. I forgot there was a TV series. Have you?
There's an Osmosis Jones TV series?
Are we learning the generational divide between us?
Problem?
Yes, between us and chat. Chat's like, I remember the TV show. We're like, TV show? We're talking about the movie.
Oh, no. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay. Osmosis Jones movie. It's in all caps. I don't even care.
What year was that? 92.
Osmosis Jones came out in 2001.
2001?
Yes.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Osmosis Jones.
Wait, Osmosis Jones came out the same year as the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Osmosis Jones came out the same year as Fellowship of the Ring.
The show came out in 2002. It came out immediately after. So this is an us problem.
I mean, it is. It is an us problem.
The show is called Ozzy and Drix, by the way.
Never mind. That sucks. Ozzy and Drix sucks. That's terrible. That's bad. Nope. That sucks. Yeah. But Osmosis Jones, that movie was fun. That was a fun movie. Weird, very strange film.
Super weird. Yeah.
Yeah. It was David Hyde Pierce at the height of his career. That man was in everything.
It wasn't. Tim Curry was not Anthrax, right?
No. Tim Curry was the dude in Fern Gully.
Right. I'm just making sure that he wasn't also Thrax. Who was Thrax? Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
There we
that
go.
Deep, sexy voice. That was a virus that, like, you were like, all right, if you're going to kill me, kill me. Yeah. Yeah. That was David Hyde Pierce and my brain just died. I was just thinking about him too. Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is Osmosis Jones, yeah.
Yep.
And then the man with the zit himself, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, the man with the zit.
The man with the zit.
So weird. Was Sherry who was the woman in that? It was a Saturday Night Live person. I just don't remember which one. Doesn't matter.
Molly
at all.
Shannon.
Molly Shannon, not Sherry O'Terry. Molly Shannon. So it was. Yes.
William Shatner plays Mayor Flem.
I must stress this conversation we're having
Kid
is
Rock plays
every conversation.
Kidney Rock. I'm sorry. Continue.
Nothing. I just realized that listening to us is how it sounds like when my parents talk about every movie they saw in like 1970. And they're like, who was the star of the Great Prison Escape? It wasn't Robert Redford. Who was it? Who? It sounds like us.
You know who I love? Ginger Rogers. What a talent. Is that what we sound like?
I just must stress that to anyone who is like 16, if they were to stumble upon us right now, they'd be like, what the hell are they? It would have the exact same vibe if we were like, Steve McQueen, what a rebel. Do you remember the film he was in? No, I don't remember. What was the film? You know, the one with the...
What was it? Angels in the Outfield? Is that the one? I love that movie. It's very sweet, very sweet movie.
Where the angels were in the outfield?
With
and
the
one
angels,
of them was Dr.
yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, what a good movie. Really touched my heart. Love it.
That boy, you know, he went on to be in the movie with the brain travel.
He didn't.
He did. That little boy became the brain travel movie.
No way. With the Bois.
It's true.
With the one with the Bois? That's very exciting.
I think that man loves the Bois.
Do you think so?
It's true.
I've only seen one movie with the Bois.
Oh, he uses the Bois all the time. In the one where it was the time travel in the brain, and the one where it was the time travel through the universe, and the one where it was the time travel through time. I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't like the space things. It makes me feel a bit claustrophobic. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you got to see the one where they go back through time, but also forward through time at the same time.
That sounds confusing.
Oh,
I'm a simple girl,
confusing.
Doris. I don't know. I don't understand.
I had to go to the YouTubes and look up a video. I watched it 4 times before I understood. The red thing on the backpack was the key.
The red I don't know what you're talking about.
The red thing on the backpack was the key. That's how you know that he's going forward and backwards.
Oh, goodness. I don't think I'm following this conversation anymore. I'm going to drink my margarita.
I love that we did a complete audio bit and you wrapped it up with a visual gag. Like, if you're listening at home, that ended with a great visual gag, but you would not know it. You would not understand that Dodger did a bit.
I did the slurp noise for the people.
Yeah.
For the ear people, you know? Ear people. Ear people.
Ear people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe. You know what? But it's true. I'm letting you know that's what we sounded like. We were just like, who was the guy? Who was in it? Chris Rock. That's who.
Chris Rock. Yes.
You know, David Hyde Pierce at the top of his game.
At the top of his game.
I promise you there are people who do not. There are people listening right now who are like, David Hyde, who is that? I promise you.
100%.
Meanwhile, there was a time period where that man was in everything.
Look, I like listening to like podcasts and things done by people who are decently older than me because the vibe is different. So, you know, I don't think it's a bizarre thing for someone who's much younger than us to be listening to this podcast. But I do apologize if occasionally we're like, you know, the guy, and you're like, I don't know that guy. But maybe your Google search history is a little more flavorful now. I
would say my genuine favorite thing is when we hear from streamers or various content creators who are like, oh my God, I grew up watching your shit. Or like, and for some reason, it makes me feel so happy. Because I'm like, oh,
it's so
that's
sweet.
Very sweet. Yeah, it's very sweet. There's a lot of people that I've talked to over the years who now, like, especially in the TikTok space, I'm not going to call anyone out because that's creepy, but there's many creators that have done stuff and I'd be like, yo, I love your work. And then they'll message me like, oh my God, I watched you when I was a kid. I'm like, that's very sweet. Oh yeah, I message people.
Yeah.
I may seem like a total creep. I message people all the time. Like, this is awesome. Keep doing this. I will always message people. I don't know if it comes off as weird, but I feel like people need to hear like, hey, good job from other creators. That happens so rarely because everyone's caught up in their own shit that they don't just message people.
It didn't used to. I feel like it was really common when you and I first started, and it's dwindled out. And I don't know if it's because there's been such a conversation around like you don't want to seem like you're trying to leech off of that person or like, you know, that sort of stuff. I think people are more worried about reaching out seeming like it has ulterior motives. You know? Yeah.
I mean, that's I think it's the problem. I know a lot of really talented people in our industry, especially like when we were first starting, there was a weird vibe that a lot of people had where it's like they didn't want to hang out with people. And I realized they were just ahead of the curve. They just like didn't want to seem like they were using people or it was parasocial or what. Like, I get it. I very much understand where they're coming from because that's the general vibe now. People find their little groups and they stick to them, and they very rarely go outside those groups because there's a vibe that everyone's trying to use everyone to like get ahead.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't know. Back when we were doing it, and it was kind of like a Wild West. The only person that you ever talk shit on was like the guy trying to scam you out of money, and you're like, we all are being paid by you. All of us talk. We know what you're doing. Stop it.
Yeah.
And we would all be like really open and share. And I don't know. So anyway, I'm still there. And I feel really weird about it because I've definitely reached out to people and been like, this is awesome. You're doing great. And I'll never hear back from like 90% of them, which is fine.
Sure.
But every once in a while I'll hear back and be like, that's awesome. Like, cool. And it isn't like, and now we're best friends. It's like, that's it. That's all I had to say to you.
I'm glad
like
you got the message. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, awesome. And yeah, I wonder if people think that it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, I'm the guy who's like going to be a creep now. Like, no, I don't know you. Your content's amazing.
Sure.
And I just want to say you're awesome. That's it. And that's the conversation. But, oh yeah, I'll always do that. I'll message people all the time. Be like, yo, that slaps. You're awesome. I love this work.
Yeah, I think like as long as you're not expecting or feeling like you deserve a response, because people for many, many reasons might be like, I'm not going to respond to this, you know, but sure. I think it's still nice to get the message.
Oh, absolutely. I think you shouldn't expect it. I just want to send it and let you know. And if you read it and it makes you happy, cool. If not, just whatever.
Put it out in the universe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of people who, you know, you can have like random people message you and be like, you're doing awesome because you just have like fans of your work, which is cool. But to have other, like, it's like when you see industry people in like Hollywood, like hype up, like, yo, oh my God, who was it? Anthony Hopkins wrote a letter to Bryan Cranston, and he's like, I have watched all of Breaking Bad. I sat down to watch it on a weekend and I finished the entire series. Unexpected, truly a masterclass. Like just this giant, beautiful letter, just like hyping up. He's like, to you and the entire cast, this is one of the best shows I have ever seen. I was like, that's kind of the vibe I want. I want that vibe. Like, you're doing awesome. I need you to know that, like, you're doing so good. Keep it up. That's the vibe. That's all I want. Yeah. I want to Anthony Hopkins someone. Is what I want. Is I just want to Anthony Hopkins your day.
Yeah, like, you know, it's such a saturated market. Most likely the person you're reaching out to doesn't know who you are. You know, it's not like you're going into the situation thinking everyone knows me, Jessup Cox. Yeah. And I'm here to gift upon you treasured words. You just want to share with somebody that you think they're doing a good job.
Let me stress, I'm not much like Anthony Hopkins' letter. He signed it Tony. Right? Like that. It wasn't obviously in his case, everyone knows who Anthony Hopkins is, but like in my case, I'm not like signed internet professional. It's like, you know, just like, hey, you're doing great. Thanks. That's it. So it's the same level. What I mean is the same level as like, he just wrote a letter because he was inspired. Right? If I see some shit, I'm like, you are killing it consistently, and you're one of the few people I actually watch on the internet. A great example is I am currently, even though I wish he put out more videos, Milo Rossi is a mini minute man on YouTube. Is a guy who just debunks insane conspiracy theories. I messaged him and was like, I love your work. I think what you do is amazing. And that was it. And then I just started watching, like I show up in some of his live, when he like premiere videos. Yeah. And literally I was like, yo, Milo, do you want to be on Chilluminati? And he was like, yeah, okay. That's where I am mentally. I was like, I would love for you to come on and just give Mathis a hard time. I was like, please do. And that's it.
And you did it. He came on.
Yeah. And he came on and I was like, cool, great. And that's it. It wasn't like, and now we're best friends. I was like, I love your work. I think you're good. That's where I'm at. I will just message people and be like, another great example is we made jokes about it. Remember that girl who was like a ASMR person who just goes, you're doing a good job. You're doing good.
Yes.
I literally messaged her like, I just need to let you know. For some reason, your videos are the only thing I can tolerate in the space of ASMR, and it's awesome. And I just like, thank you. You're doing great. That's it. Like it isn't like, and now we're best friends. And it's like, no, just there you go. That's all I want to do is just be like, you're doing great. You're one of the few people I watch on the internet. And there's so many people out there, and I've chosen to like write you this letter because you're awesome. That's it. That's where I'm at mentally. Cause I just can't, I'm so over just, it's so negative. I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
The internet's such a negative space. I'm like, no, I'm going to hype people up. Let's go.
I have an important question for you as we round off our podcast today. Are you ready?
Never.
How did you do on your homework this week? Do you remember what it was?
Yes. It's done.
What did you do?
It.
Mm.
Did it all. I did it all right. Finished it up. It's complete.
Nice.
So you don't need to ask me about it. I did it.
I failed my homework.
That thing we agreed to do.
If that makes you feel better.
Oh, how could you fail? How could you forget? Did you forget it?
Do you remember what my homework was? We gave each other homework as a reminder. Do you remember what my homework was?
Of course I do.
If you were to give me homework right now, what would it be? It might be the same thing.
To tell me what our homework was. That should be easy. That should be easy for you.
That's very easy.
Yeah. Why don't you remind everyone what our homework was? That's your homework.
Your homework for me was to keep the farm from getting any more animals, and we failed.
I can't believe you failed such a simple task.
I know. Can I tell you about who we got?
I must ask you, like, I genuinely need to ask you this.
Yeah.
What hole are you trying to fill?
This isn't a me thing. I'm trying to kill rats.
Sure. Okay.
So for the last few months, we've been reaching out to shelters to be like, hi, if you get a cat that is so feral and such a bitch that they cannot live in a house with people, we would love for it to be our barn cat, please. And we kept getting no feedback. And finally, Hissy Missy came along. And now we're getting Hissy Missy tucked in on the property so that she thinks of it as her territory. And then we release her and she will work the farm. She's not going to be our cat. She works there. We're not allowed to touch her. She hates people with a burning passion. She's just there to do a job. She doesn't want us up in her shit. So
it's her 9 to 5.
It's her 9 to 5.
Living.
It's a living. She comes out, she kills a bunch of rats, and then she goes home. That's her job.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, but what if you just brought a cat onto your property who does not give a shit about rats?
I mean, I guess
what if
that's
that cat
possible.
just lays around and you're just like, well, now we got another cat.
It's possible, but it's still. I mean, at the end of the day, she's her own boss, kind of. She gets to do whatever she wants. We're just hoping that she's like, holy shit, there's a bunch of rats around here. I'm gonna kill those mofos.
Okay, well, I mean, bless. Yeah, but I just want to stress. Just because you have the land doesn't mean you need to add more things to it.
I wish, dude, we have tried to get rid of these rats in so many ways. They are everywhere. They're digging through everything. They're eating all the food. They chewed a hole through our garbage bin. It's enough. Enough is enough. Hissy Missy, get him. That's her job. Anyway, your homework was to learn how to do something nice for yourself. So I was just curious.
Which I did.
Yes. What did you do? What did you learn? Did you learn how to make a nice meal, or what did you do? What'd you do for yourself?
The nice thing I did for myself was forget all about homework
and play Dawn Trail.
And play Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
Which is what I did. That's what I did. That was nice I didn't even play the game. I haven't even seen the story yet. I don't even know what the hell that thing's about.
That's okay.
Yeah. All I did is level up a Pictomancer and a Viper and felt really good about it.
Nice.
The Pictomancer story almost made me cry. I was not prepared. I was on stream like fighting it back like this is fine. Yeah.
That's very cute.
Almost got me. So
yep. Nice. When are you starting in on the story on stream anytime soon, or are you waiting a while?
July 20th, because next week is Cox and Crendor live, and then the week after, we gotta launch a video game.
Yeah, baby. Woohoo! Pew, 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 pew.
Yep.
Yes. And then you'll do Dawn Trail.
And then I'll do it. July 20th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
But hey, remember, Gestalt, Steam and Cinder comes out
Yes.
July 16th.
Yeah. Very excited.
Mark it on your wish list. Bing bong. Yeah. Very excited.
What should we do for
What should you do for what are you asking me?
What should we do for homework this week, dude?
Homework this week? Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Your homework this week.
Mine or Chat's?
Yeah. Your homework.
God
you
damn it.
Dodger.
Okay, fine.
Your
yeah,
homework.
okay. Yeah. What is it?
Your homework this week is
You already gave me homework this week. It was to remind you what our homework was. Gotcha, bitch.
touche.
Easiest homework of my life, you said.
Then what's my homework then?
It's the same as before. Cook yourself a nice meal, Jessup.
Well, I mean, I got a bunch of salads for the week. Is that good? I'm gonna open a bag and dump lettuce and things into, and then I'll probably put dressing on it.
Sure. If it feels like you're learning how to do a nice thing for yourself by opening up that bag, then yeah, it counts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that
self-love.
up to,
Don't say that, chat.
I'm gonna leave that between you and Salad Jesus.
I hate salad Jesus because I don't know if it's just Jesus and he loves salad or if it's a Jesus made of salad. And he's got like broccoli hair. He's like broccoli, like his head's broccoli.
Yeah.
And his arms are like lettuce. Or not lettuce, carrots. And it's like, you know, his ribs are like peppers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Jesus, did you know that in a place in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio, Mikey's Late Night Slice? Shout out to Mikey's. I don't know if it's still open, but if it is, they have a thing called the Jesus crust.
That's amazing. I love that.
Do you want to guess what the Jesus crust is? I'm gonna see if we can find you an image
with cheese in it. Or is it a pizza that's shaped like a cross?
Image. Here you go. This is open in new tab. Imagine a delicious pizza on. Holy crap! That is not.
For audio listeners, Jesse just posted gobbledygook into chat.
That is in fact gobbledygook. Yes. Let me see. Is this open image? Is this a better image? Here. Why is everything like encrypted image? Does this work? Can you show this to people in on the stream?
I can try.
Imagine if you will, 2 pieces of pizza with American cheese placed between them as a sandwich. So it's 2 pieces of pizza.
Here we go.
Just like 2 normal pieces of pizza. You can get pepperoni, whatever, 2 pieces of pizza, and then they put American cheese right between the 2.
Why?
It's so good. It is so good.
It's so good.
If it's like 2 a.m. and you've just come back from the bar, that shit hits. It's a grilled cheese pizza. It is grilled cheese, but pizza. They also do one with the hot dog. It's pizza, but it's a hot dog in between the pizza. Mikey's Late Night Slice, wherever you're at,
Shout out to
I don't know what's
Mikey's,
going on. I don't know what's going on with Mikey's, but I love you. Wherever you're at, Mikey's.
Oh my goodness. All right, Jessup, what have you got going on this week?
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
This week is Jesse Cox going to Chicago for Cox and Crendor Live, which is the thing that I'm doing. And that's a whole thing. So, boy, can't wait for that. I'm very excited, but I'm just like, okay, I gotta get
You're already
this
tired.
done and this done.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But when I'm there, I'll have a blast. Plus, I get to see Crendor, which will be fun. So, I'd invite you all to come, but that show is sold out. So,
thank
you to everyone who bought tickets. Yeah.
Nice. Amazing. Yep. I don't really got much going on this week. I'm just playing games and hugging a dog. So that's my life right now.
Playing games, hugging a dog.
Playing games and hugging a dog.
I will say tomorrow, I am going to jump back into Cyberpunk because the Immerse audio pack came out for it. And I want to see what Night City sounds like with like crazy surround sound to the point where I may just blindfold myself and try to go through the game. I don't know. I want to test it out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, sounds good.
So that could be awesome or the stupidest thing you've ever seen. So we'll try and do that tomorrow.
Hey, gang. Thanks so much for watching yet another Geekenders where we kept on track and did no goofs or gaffes because we're very serious. Have an amazing weekend. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back. Will we be here next Friday? Are you good to go
Great
next
question.
Friday?
Maybe we'll find out. I may. It depends.
Okay.
Honestly, it depends on when Crendor wakes up.
Sounds fair to me. We'll find out. We'll play it by ear, gang. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time, whenever next time is. And bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast without a doubt.